Okay, tonight I want to tell you about Hilbert's Hotel Part 3, which I unfortunately never stayed in. So we are counting to infinity and beyond. So let's see. Okay, to recap. Okay, this is Hilbert's Hotel. It's infinitely long and it has got room for all the natural numbers. So yeah. Okay, and this is a picture of Hilbert, of course. And their slogan is "Rooms always free," of course. Yeah, we learned that the last years. Okay. So here, pictures of Hilbert's hotel stuff. He needs lots of them. He has all the natural numbers. He's got all the fractions, the unit fractions, although all fractions, of course, and they, of course, have got a uniform. It's a Q. And here's a picture from the last party. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hilbert's Hotel, but something has to happen. One day, the MS Cantor arrived at the harbor of the city where the Hilbert Hotel is, and you can see the MS Cantor is very, very long. And in fact, it has place for all the real numbers. Oh, and no. the staff are the real numbers. Here are some of them. So there's the irrational square root of 2. But there's also the transcendental E, the Euler's numbers, and also the other transcendental number pi. And so there's another guy who also claims to be pi, but he's obviously a stowaway. Yeah. So they also have a uniform. They are dressed as R's. They don't wear cappies for some reason. I don't know. Yeah, and there's a special kind of guys among them. They are these B guys. They only consist of zeros and ones. And if you look closer at them, they reveal their true identity. They really look like this. So, and they found on the web, oh, look, there's a C++ conference at the Hilbert Hotel. Let's go there. And Cantor, he's quite generous. He said, okay, let's take all the binary numbers, all those with binary fractions between 0 and 1, and send them to the Hilbert Hotel and go to the C++ conference, because they have always groups free. But as they arrived, the guy at the reception, he simply didn't find any way to spread them among the hotel. Always somebody didn't get any room. So he called to Hilbert and said, oh, boss, what's going on here? And Hilbert, remember, someday Georg Cantor gave him an envelope, and it was a strange envelope, and he told him only to open it in that certain case. It looked like this. Strange. But Hilbert was keen. He opened it and hoped there was a solution inside. But when he looked inside, he only saw a table of zeros and ones. But then he looked closer, and he saw, oh, some of the numbers are colored. And when he looked even closer, there was some handwriting. And it said, whenever you think everyone has a room, the diagonal flipped one, just the diagonal flipped one, won't simply have a room. Because he can't have a room. Because when you look at the diagonal, there's a different number there, though this guy simply isn't in the list. So Cantor simply had beaten Hilbert, but he was generous, as I told you. And he made a big party to celebrate victory in the ship's Continuum bar. And let's look at the Continuum bar. It was a bar with a place and a bottle of booze for every real number. But they also had like a strict order less policy on the bar. Okay, and he was very, very generous. So Hilbert let in all the rational numbers an hour early, and they had to go to their place, and they were allowed to grab the bottle there and everything they could grab with their infinitesimal short arms. So what harm could they do? Just the rational so low between all the wheels. So an hour later, when the wheels arrived at the Continuum bar, they went inside, and what did they find? All the booze was empty and all the rationals were drunk on the floor. So what did we learn? I think I need a minute more, but so the takeaway. So here, first of all, the rationals are really lonely among the reals. There are more of them, and we learned it by Cantor's diagonal argument. The next one, okay, The rationals really squeeze inside, and this is how mathematics write it between all real numbers. You will always find irrational numbers, and that's what mathematicians call the rational numbers are dense subsets of the real, so they squeeze everywhere in between. And the third and most important thing what we learned is, even though you're rational, won't protect you from drinking an irrational amount of drink. Thank you.